it's essentially this whole thing boils down to taking either your client or the company that you're working at, if you're a Green Team champion, taking the goals that they come up with out of your report. Okay. Hopefully some of the things that you were able to gain for commitments from them after they read the report was that they would get together again and prioritize what was important to them to change. Okay. The way for you as the consultant or the champion to lead that process and to maintain ownership over that process is to make it so that their ideas become better and more likely to become real through you. So everybody can make a goal. It takes somebody doing it right to make it a reality. And what we found to be the most important, and the best way to ensure that that's the outcome, that something that they actually decide to do becomes reality, is actually working with somebody who knows how to make their goal into a SMART goal. And for those folks that aren't familiar with the SMART process for goal shaping, it's one that a lot of executive coaches use to train executive personnel on how to set better goals themselves and for their organizations. A lot of times, stuff like this will find its way, parts of it will find itself in the mission statement of the entire organization, kind of the way the whole place is supposed to be geared towards things. SMART goal shaping, just had that found. SMART, bring up the list is, there's other versions of SMART. The one that I found to be the most effective time is systematic, measurable, actionable, realistic, and time-bound by design. So I'm going to go through the SMART process with you. A quick note on salesmanship to an organization, because they might just say, hey, great, thanks for this plan. We're going to run with it and make the changes, and we don't need you anymore. Hopefully you did some billing before at this point, because that might be the end of the conversation. But to try and help ensure that it's not, you want to say, great, your Green Team's going to get together. That's a commitment that you've done. You're going to prioritize things. Please allow me to, through the SMART process, make it realistic. We're going to go to the simple action and goals. And for example, but an IT person is going to have a compensation plan based upon where they want their boss. And that plan is based. It doesn't have any kind of get out of time. I'm not wanting to. They just rush. If you're replacing that thing with a higher priority relative to like other things that they do, a full IT upgrade, new servers coming in, we're bringing our own web serving in-house, whatever other priorities they might have. So you need that IT person at the table to be able to find out whether or not you got a prayer of that happen. And maybe that top IT person has people in his organization that are going to do the actual implementation. You got to have them on board. It depends who needs to be a part of that process. Every company is different. You have to have those conversations on whatever the priorities are to make sure that you get the right people there. You're definitely, though, going to need to have kept that executive's buy-in. If you haven't had the key executives, the top person, or one of the very high top people, if you haven't had their buy-in to date, if you've been meeting with middle managers to date, you need to, at this point, bring in the top executives, because you're not going to spend everybody's time making out detailed plans without buy-in from the executives. You need the keys to the executive suite. You need that right person there.